Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna have issues. Now, I had no choice about the orientation. The setting for horizontal is not there. It has disappeared. I tried to go through Streamlabs and it wouldn't let me. So I hate it too. Hi, Hitzel. So we always start back here so I can come up on them quick. See what happens. So. Alright, are we good? I've never used till today, I've never used it sideways like this on my tripod. I'm trying to make sure my camera's straight. It's weird. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to work through Streamlabs or something. But I'm late for many reasons. What time is it? Oh gosh, I should have made it for 2:30. All right, let's go. Man, I don't like it either. Oh, you don't get as much in the frame. I need to be on the door. I need to see more than the door. Somebody's walking in. Dang. I don't have a cane today, which I like for many reasons. So I'm freestyling today. Hope I don't lose my balance. I'll read y'all's comments when I get up there. Let's see. I've been hitting them with some new stuff lately. Let's see. Anybody got suggestions? Oh, it's my Santa Cruz. Right. I'm in Austin, Texas. See the big Texas? Oh, you're looking at me. I didn't even mean for you to be looking at me. I'm so out of it today that I didn't even realize. There you go. Big Texas sign. It's okay. We're just kind of in the middle of nowhere. I didn't even mean for that to be on me. I'm glad I noticed before we got there. What should I hit them with? Freeloader debt, foundation. We can help them. I don't see the doors open. Somebody else here today? Oh, they're outside. Oh no, they're just helping her. I'm gonna start being nice to them as much as possible. I want them to see that we're nice people and they can come to us if they need to. So I'm not gonna yell things at the elderly anymore. You know, except hi. I've been saying hi a lot. Hi. Hi guys. I'll check well, I can see the blue, so I know that's Susan. Oh, their doors are closed. Huh. Blinds are closed. Somebody's been here today. I'll bet Pearl Snappy came by. That's okay. Coming this late gets me in the shade a lot better. Since I have such a narrow field of view. Let's see. Do I want to be by the bench? Which is... I like being over right here, guys, because I can... Hi! Because I can really, like... I think that's what saved me when I got... I'm turning around, sorry. Turning. Here in just a few minutes, it'll be shady. I'm going to stay over here by the... I'm looking at, believe it or not... Okay, I'm shaking. I'm getting my tripod set up. Look away. Look away. Look away. Look away. Alright, so we're under the tree. Oh, except for one side that doesn't want to come down. Almost dropped, you guys. The chat's been kidnapped, the chat's been stolen, and next the chat will fall. Alright, let me get my... eyes on the door? Okay, except for the tree in your way. As soon as I get set up, I'll chat with you guys. I made notes, but I don't know where I stuck them. That right there. Oh, yeah. That works good. Look at that. So now I have a flat surface. I have a cooler now. So that sits really good right there. See, I used to have more... I hate vertical. I don't like it. Let me get away from the tree. Alright, let's see. Hands and water. Alright, I'm good. Let's look at the chat. Alright. I haven't put out community guidelines, so I'm just gonna, and the only thing I'm gonna say, everybody knows to be nice, or, you know, not be mean and rude. But I've always had because of what's going on especially, everybody needs to have this rule. Nobody talks about other creators in the chat. A couple of reasons I'm gonna go into later. B-ball chick, hello. Susan, Hitzel, hi. I love the faces on the tree. Yeah, kinda, yeah. Okay, Hitzel. Okay, Hitzel, I'll see you later. Yeah, I had to make it out here today, no matter what happened. Thank you, Susan, I appreciate it. Got it? Alright, let me make sure chat's on right. Okay. I don't want you guys paying for my channel. I just set them up for fun. So just go look at my member levels. I tried to make them Texas themed. And if you have a suggestion or don't like one, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Because I check all my comments. I don't have a big channel, so I can check everybody. But yeah, I've noticed going through shorts, which I don't do very often, there's a lot of people going live vertical. And my husband mentioned it today too. And when I was setting on my live last night, in the advanced settings where you pick your horizontal or vertical, it's not even there. So I tried, the reason I'm a little bit late, I made my pit stop and I tried to go through Streamlabs thinking I would have a better, maybe be able to, but it wasn't working. So I do have a StreamYard account. I'm gonna set that up and go live through that next time, and hopefully I can be horizontal. Susan, you're my first member, I think. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. You don't have to do that. Hey, what's up?
I agree with you.
Thanks. Oh, that's so... Yep. That's so cool, Susan. That's so cool. It's also why I made my membership so cheap. But you got... that should be second level. That's so neat. I got a member. Hold on, let me turn around. I got a member. Wow! My fan just fell over for no reason. There must be some sort of lock on this thing I'm not doing. Oh, there is a lock. Look at this. So it's been falling over all the time. I was using my cane. And look here. I think that's a lock. Duh. I'm such a boob. I'm a moron. Alright, let's turn that on. Now this thing lasted the whole live on the high. Oh, I can feel that. It's so good. I did a unboxing video and I added the link to the fans. I don't even have this one on either. I'm gonna put this one on too because I was on over 2 hours last time. So I'm gonna leave it on high. Oh, I can feel it. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to leave it on me while I talk with my hands a lot. And what I decided to do, too, is I think I'm going to sit down and say the same things and just do a short video. I want a short, like, 5-minute video, kind of a PSA for everybody to watch that is out there for a lot of different reasons. We've got our keyboard warriors. We've got, you know, our approach. I heard we had over 200 channels now. I haven't counted. That's freaking awesome. And then I don't know how many ex-member channels we have. Now, a year ago, when SPTV immediately took off, I bought a website in order to have a one-place shop. Like, I like the SPTV.space, that shows you lives and stuff. There'll be a link to that, a link to Fluffer Squirrel's list. And what I wanted is an all-in-one place, like upcoming events. Maybe we could have a section to report people in the chat that are causing problems, because that's an issue right now. People that are causing problems in live streams coming up, and then a phone number. I need help. I need help. I've never really created a website before. Oh my gosh, it's so loud out here. So, hey Queen. Are you on an iPhone? That's why. And I have to find the link. Because on an iPhone, you have to go on like the computer. See, my Kindle Fire doesn't have it either. I have to do everything on my Android phone. And I've seen that in a lot of chats, that you have to have a special link for iPhones. So, I'll just tell you what the levels are. So I did, you see I changed my logo to Texas. I was going to go the Army route. I was going to do lieutenant, captain, colonel, general, or something like that. But I decided to lose it because most of my members are women. Not most, but a higher percentage. Sunday, hi! How are you? Hold on. I just made, Sunday, I made you a moderator. I don't care if you do anything. That's not why. So you're highlighted and you don't have to become a member to do so. Anybody that's been really supportive or is on here all the time, and I'll probably have to get to it. So Sunday has sponsored several of my trips here. So I really appreciate it. Towards the end of the month, it gets a little tight. But that's only, it's not because financially we have any issues. We are terrible budgeters. I'm a great budgeter. But we used to go to sponsors for month. And we used to do a budget. Well, we haven't done that for like a year. And it's causing issues, and I can't get him to help me. That's the problem. So, PTSD does that, and he has ADD, and he doesn't take meds for it. So he just can't get focused. And I've got fibromyalgia, and I have fibromyalgia. I can't get focused. So that's all that is. Yeah, I mean, I have a notebook. We take the laptop to Barnes & Noble in the cafe and everything because it's quieter there. It's a Starbucks cafe, but a regular Starbucks is loud. My water go. So, all right. So what I wanted to talk today. So I've gotten bits and pieces because I can't, like everyone, watch people's 4 or 5 hour streams in LA. And LA is a different entity almost than the rest of us to an extent. And what I wanted to talk about first was something that DOA said. I have fibromyalgia ADHD, lots of fun. Yeah, I haven't been diagnosed with either of the 80s, but I gotta stop moving around. See, I've had 20 ounces of coffee on the way here though. Woohoo! It feels, I'm breathing a lot better. It feels like maybe less humid. It hasn't rained in a few days. All right, let's talk. We're at war. It's been fun up till now. Everybody's kept it lighthearted. Even when people get arrested, we try to keep it lighthearted. We support them. We help them with finances and lawyers and things like that. But that's not... DOA said this, and it has been in my brain since he said it last night on somebody's stream. I think, I'm not sure where I saw it. I forget sometimes. He said that he had to take a step back because of what's been going on lately and look at it and realize that this is a different kind of protest than he's ever done before. We are against a multi-billion-dollar corporation and the LAPD and Chicago PD, and we had the upper hand up until now. We had the control of the cameras and everything, but as we can see, they have pivoted and changed their tactics. Well, we're gonna have to change our tactics too. Being military, being a military wife, I've watched, I grew up in the 70s and 80s during the Cold War. So that's something that I've always, understood as strategy. I was in ROTC in high school, and we actually did the Civil War over, and I was on the South, and we won because of our strategy. Hi, General. Let's see, I'm going to go. I don't want to get too off. Okay, are you being, Gianni, if you're being a jerk, we're going to put you in timeout for 24 hours. And that's something they're doing we're going to talk about. Hi, Diana. Anybody that's been here like almost every day, I'm just making you mods so that you're blue and you don't have to be a member to be highlighted. I'm going to see if I'm going to do everybody. We don't want 1,000 moderators, but I want to thank anybody that's here all the time. And Sandy Lee, you're here all the time, especially if you're... So, hey, General Boa. I'm not trying to play favorites at all, totally. I like, to be honest, with the sunlight, it's hard to see. So I like being able to see the blue, and it helps a little bit make me, okay. So we were about war. This is why I want to do a separate video where I'm not distracted and it's short and to the point, and I'm going to do that because I lost my notes from last night. So they have pivoted their strategy. What they're doing now, as we can all see, is number one, they are getting people to infiltrate as a possible live streamer, as, thank you, Ruth, as a fan showing up at events, as moderators, and in the chat. So I think they're behind all of it. I think these are people that are vulnerable in some way, or maybe they got to them after they started. Maybe they were a plant all along. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Don't care. So we've kept it lighthearted so long, but we're going to have to put our guard up. We're going to have to be more careful of our interactions with people, because now that I look at when that guy came after me, I have a tree, I have my tripod, I have my wagon with the brake on, and I have this big bench. The only way he can get to me is right here. So he pulled my sign out, threw it on the ground, and I immediately came out and grabbed my sign, but he didn't expect me to be so aggressive. I dealt with a rabid dog before. You don't show fear. So that's what I did. He didn't expect that. I think it took him aback. His craziness probably gets him a lot of attention and gets him his way. So I came back into my cubby, and I watched, he walked all the way around. I don't know which way, but he ended up behind me. About that time, Colin came up. He's a neighborhood guy. I see a lot. He's always been supportive. He stood right here against this bench between us, and I think he kept it from getting physical. I think my stuff helped, and I think him showing up. So the guy went off and started messing with other people. I don't know if he was paid. I don't know if he was just high on something, but I wasn't thinking. I immediately took off after my sign. That sign could be replaced. I should have just left it and stayed put until I had a chance to get it. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate that a lot. I don't know what's, and see, the trolls have like quadrupled. I've had, up until today, I've had like one troll I had to put in timeout. And it was only at that time, I think he was just talking about DOA or something. Hey Mexican long hair, I'm having a PSA right now about protesting. I'm going to make a video later that's about 5 minutes, and I'm going to go over this stuff again. But we have to change strategy. We can't be lighthearted and happy all the time. We can be, but we have got to put our guard up. We need to have our head on a swivel. I wish I could come out with somebody else. Austin just doesn't have enough. We don't have enough people. I'm too far away to just up and come over when somebody else is. I have to plan ahead because I'm away from my house at minimum 6 hours, sometimes longer. So, but I've been watching. I've been hearing what's going on. I haven't seen a lot of it. Natalie's channel helped. Then I started watching Nora's stream, I think from yesterday. Somebody was in the chat saying Jay left town, but said some really heinous crap against DOA. And I don't know if I heard right, but I think I heard that was a troll pretending to be Jay. And that's what's going on. These people are getting in our chats. They're trolling, and they're getting in the chats. And, hey, thank you. And talking crap about other creators. Now, my rule has always been, we don't talk about other creators negatively. I talk good about other creators, but I won't have it. Hey, Corn, I'm glad you're here, because you go out. So, we're gonna have to change tactics on when we deal with the Scientologists. We need to keep our distance to a point. We can't be getting up next to them or getting in their face. We need to keep a distance, and we know what's happened to other creators. What Scientology and the police departments they have in their pockets is now doing, they don't care if the charges stick. They don't care if they get out with no charges. The point is to get them arrested. To get the arrest on record so they can show a history of arrest. Even though an arrest doesn't mean crap. We know that. Well, the war of Scientology. The war between us and Scientology. And that's what it's become. And they have pivoted their strategy. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about how we've got to change our thinking. We have to start seeing it that way. It's been lighthearted and fun so far, but they've decided to go all in on talking crap about creators, trying to cause division, trying to cause problems with the police, making the movement look bad. We have to protect the movement. And we can't let them distract us. And at first that's what they're doing. We're not ready. All of us are amateur. Most of, 95% of the live streamers are amateurs. Well, the TikTokers maybe not, but we're amateurs as far as protesting Scientology or auditing Scientology, however you want to say it. And yeah, I mentioned the cops too. Well, Casey, the reason we're all here, I don't care what other religions or corporations do, but all the people that have gotten out have talked about the abuse that they suffer, the essaying of children because they don't believe children are children because they've lived multiple lives, and they could have been 80 years old their last life. They're pulling them out of school and putting them to work 100 hours a week when they're 12 years old. Go watch these other creators. Go to sptv.space, all the whole list. Go to Growing Up in Scientology. Go to Jenna Miscavige. Go to Mike Brown. Mike Brown just got his elderly mother out from being abused, and they took out $160,000 of credit card debt in her name, and she had no idea. So I could go on, but that's not what this is about. If you don't understand what this is about, then move on. This is for people that are in the movement, that or want to be in the movement. You need to understand what you're facing. No, Casey, they abuse children. They are women and don't let them go to the police, and they cover it up. They covered up a girl's father abusing her from the age of 3. And everybody all the way to the top knew. So, Casey, if you're not going to be part of this conversation, you're going to go. That's not what I'm here for. I'll do that later. If you want to hear me talking about Scientology and all their abuses, we'll talk about that later. I'm usually here about 2 hours. Come back in about a half hour or so. But right now, I got something else to say. See? Causing distraction. Why is that person here? Probably OSA. Because why else would they be on here messing with me? So you just don't like Scientology after I say abuse. So that's somebody that doesn't need to be here. Any other time I wouldn't care and I would talk to them. But right now I got to stay focused. It's hard for me to stay focused. So all of us started, we knew we could get arrested. We understood that. I come with, I'm prepared. I now bring a jacket with me because of what Nancy went through in jail, freezing her butt off all night. I bring my medications that I need. I don't know if they'll give them to me, but if they don't, they're going to have somebody messed up. Yeah, thank you. If you want to know about Scientology, stay about a half an hour when I'm done with this conversation. So, that's the thing. We have now, I heard, over 200 live stream channels now. So, and most of them are like me. We're novices, we're beginners, we're novices. I used a different word earlier. I can't remember what I said. And even though we know we were prepared to get arrested, are we prepared to get multiple stupid arrests? Are we prepared for police to get in our face? Are we prepared for the Scientologists to get more aggressive? Because that's what OSA wants and Davey Miscavige wants. We had the upper hand for a few months. They were floundering, but now they're starting to figure out what they can do against us and what they want. I probably won't have that much trouble, but LA and Chicago and other bigger places like that, they want arrests on record. So we have to change what we're doing. Xenu Free. I like your name. So I'm just going through some. The attorneys are dirty. Yeah, see? And they'll do whatever. Oh, yeah. I did a deep dive for a year, over a year of, well, not for a year. I deep dived a year of Aaron's videos at the end of 2022, and then I started watching. That's okay. I mess up my typing all the time because my phone is narrower than my old one, and oh my gosh, it's horrible. So, anyway, that's what I mean by my title. We're at war with $1 billion corporation, multi-billion possibly. They have, on paper, they have all the cards. But we know we have a lot of cards. We just have to not fall into their trap. Not mess with people walking by, not be, I'm not telling protesters how to protest. I'm not doing that. I'm just suggesting things that we might want to be careful of, because they are trying to bait us. I think they baited Nancy. I think they're baiting Pearl Snappy. They're baiting some of the LA people so that they can get in trouble. And then we found out the night Michael got arrested that I'm not even going to name him, but there was a guy that I've never seen. There's always people like in the group in LA that I don't recognize. I don't know who they are. I can't watch DOA's 5-hour streams or Jessica's 3 or 4 hour streams. So to get the highlights, we have to go through Natalie, Aaron, that kind of thing. When I do this website, I want to have a place on there where you can report people causing problems. So if you so we're not dependent on somebody seeing it in the stream, or a live streamer making us known about it in a separate video, or making sure that Natalie or somebody has it. I would like to have that as part of the website, that hey, this live streamer causing problems. And I'll do, if I'm running it, which I'm gonna need help, I'll do my due diligence to make sure that's not a false report. Yeah, I know. If they're, as long as they're not being disgusting, I don't care. But see, I've never had trolls until today. Why? Why today? Why today am I getting a billion trolls, and before now I had one? Think about that for a minute. I'm a small channel. Nobody cares about my channel. Well, you know what I mean, other than outside of Scientology. I'm not big enough for somebody to go, ooh, look at that channel. No. People that come here know what's going on or want to know. And that's what it is. That's OSA. I'm telling you, it's OSA. They're either doing it themselves, or they're sourcing it out to people to be trolls. There are people that take money to do that. And they probably change their name and come back. And it's just like, to get views and likes, there's these mining companies that'll come in and give you a bunch of views and likes if you pay them. Well, they can do the opposite too. Hey, I want you to troll these channels. Here's fucking, excuse me, here's, you know, $100,000. Go at it. Yeah, I know. T4, 505. My live stream's being suggested all of a sudden. Yeah. OSA is playing people. It's a business overseas. Yes, troll farms and viewbot. I'm covering the speaker. Did that help, me covering the speaker? Yeah, I didn't think they... Well, here's the funny part. For a while, and I mean a long while, and I tried to find out who it was, and nobody said it was them. As soon as I schedule a live in the future, there is one person waiting. Literally as soon as I post it. Who is that one person? Nobody here said it was them, ever. And so, I think that's kind of interesting. Where we pulled them in. OSA is Scientology's dirty tricks department. They're the Office of Special Affairs. They will hire PIs. They will pay street people to mess with people. Anybody speaking out against the church, ex-members, people like me. I'm a grandma, and it was like just a couple weeks in, they couldn't call a fake call on me because they had security here for a while. So what they did is they called in shots fired at my location. So 6 cop cars show up just to show that, hey, we can mess with you. And my videos on my channel, I'm yelling, I'm like, I'm a grandma. They're not going to put me in jail. Well, obviously but APD's still pretty cool. So they've been pretty halfway decent with us. They're not in their pocket yet because they haven't had 50 years with like the LAPD to pay them triple rate to come do their events. So, well, I'm glad I made you guys moderators today. There's no way I could keep up with these trolls today. There's no doubt in my mind that the guy who attacked you was provoked by Scientology. Jessica, at first, you know, I always try to err on the side of... Hold on, I'm moving my camera. Look away. I want to lean on this bench as I'm talking. I got to do my job. Hang on. I'm going to be loud if you got earbuds in. SBTVFoundation.org are ex-members, just like yourself. They used to be staff and Sea Org that would love to help you get out. Give them a call. They will not expose you. All right. Thanks, Sandy. Hi, Dylan. Oh, Russia. You probably understand what I'm talking about. Because here's the thing. LRH. Yeah, whatever. John Wick. Goodbye. Yeah, see what I mean? I never had that before. Nobody cared. It's there's no, oh, I'm hot. There's no doubt in my mind these are paid trolls. There's not that many people in the world that want to watch my live and be rude. Although, I will say this, and I don't know why, but YouTube is making us go vertical, which puts us in shorts. So people scrolling through shorts, if you've noticed lately, you're getting live streams because there's no option to go horizontal anymore. So that's putting us in the shorts while we're live. So yeah, more people are going to see it as they're scrolling. People that don't want anything to do with my channel, so they're like, oh, I'm going to be, it's easy. It's right on their screen. They didn't have to go look for it. Why? Why is YouTube all of a sudden doing that? So I got to figure out StreamYard. Hold on. I got to get my fan closer. There we go. Oh, that feels good. So yeah, for a long time I thought, but he was just on something, but I've never seen him in this neighborhood before. There's a bunch of people I see all the time, and people like that usually have their neighborhoods that they stick in. Corn freak. Yeah, I'm gonna do a short video about this so I won't be so distracted, and I have notes. I just didn't want to put makeup on last night to do it, and I was too busy getting ready. I wanted to come early today because of the heat. If you watch my rant, you'll see why I didn't make it before my regular time. See what I mean? This is ridiculous. I'm sorry you guys have to read this stuff. 3 times they got to put it in. Thanks. All right, JB, maybe this is a good thing because we're talking about how Scientology just changed the tactics. So I'm part of a worldwide movement of mostly never-ends. That's what we call people that have never been to Scientology. And we started out as auditing in LA. And just standing outside with a camera shut their test center down. They're trying to get new members to come in because they're floundering. Because all they have right now is second and third generation in there and in the Sea Org, and they're not allowed to leave. That's what's my sign says Scientology call Ask Me Why, and the first thing comes out of my mouth is a cult won't let their members leave. They won't let their members read or look on the internet on anything that they don't want them to. They the Sea Org signs a billion-year contract, means they're in it for life. They're not allowed to have kids. Some of them, the only way they can get out of the Sea Org is to get pregnant, and they will bust them to the abortion clinic, which doesn't make any sense because you would think they want new members. That's why they're dying. Hamish. Yeah, I'm taking it. It doesn't, I mean, I'll join Scientology. I don't talk politics on here. You can email me. It'll be in the description. scientologywontwin@gmail, and we can talk. But I don't do politics on here because of the fact this movement against Scientology is made up of all walks of life. I'm a grandma. We have people under 18. We have women, men. We have LGBTQ. We have Republicans. We have Democrats. It doesn't matter. We don't care. All that matters is we're here to take down Scientology, for them to get rid of their tax-exempt status so they can stop abusing kids and stop abusing the elderly and everyone in their church. That's why we're here. I drive, for any of you new people out here, I drive a 3-hour round trip 3 times a week. I try to make it 3 times a week to come here. And I never thought in a million years, at 55 years old, I would have a live stream channel standing in front of a cult to try to bring them down. Or at the very least, stop new people from going in these doors. I'll show you because some of you are new. I don't know why I have to hit this twice. So I was talking, but normally I'm watching these doors. And I'm yelling things in there like, there's 2 foundations to help them get out. That's how bad it is. Just for Scientology. So, hey. So, that's why we're here. And if you want to know more, watch some of my other videos where I'm going to start clipping out the conversations that I have with people when I'm getting people that don't know about the cult, that don't know exactly what's going on. They just know there's something weird about it. Well, if your gut's telling you something's weird, it probably is. Thanks, Susan. You're on it. Appreciate you all. Scientology and the LAPD and the Chicago PD who are in their pocket and are arresting all of us people standing outside filming them. As soon as I get here at their org, they shut the doors and they close the blinds. How many churches do you know that do that? This is the loudest I've ever been. And to me, it's more firm. They close the doors, they pull the blinds. What do they have to hide? Ask yourself. If you want to know, I'm part of what we call SPTV. An SP is a suppressive person. It's anybody speaking out against Scientology. And that's why my channel's Miss Kim SP. Because I'm an SP. Proud of it. Later on, I'll answer more questions. But I was doing like a PSA because their strategy has changed. They are using LAPD trolls, fake live streamers to infiltrate our movement, cause division, cause strife, talk bad about each other, and get us arrested. And that's what it's about today. It's been, and I've never had trolls. I think it might be because, are you in shorts, any of you new people? Because now YouTube, there is no button for horizontal or vertical. It's gone. I have no choice. So I'm going to sit down with Streamlabs. This was the first time I've been on that it was gone. I have such a headache, y'all. It just came on. What were you saying to JB? Yeah. Oh, body thetans? Probably. Trolls are out in full troll patrol. Yep. So, you know, YouTube's owned by Google. Scientology has deep pockets. And we know they paid somebody off to kick Jessica Palmadessa off of TikTok. She had 1 million viewers or subs. And they still owe her money. So don't think for a minute they can't get their hands on somebody in YouTube to screw up our algorithm so that we will get more trolls. Some of these trolls might just be trolls. But I'm just going to assume they're OSA. Hi, OSA. F you. You can keep it up, but you know what we're going to do? Class action lawsuit for all the fake arrests and fake calls. We're not dumb. You may have got us for a few days or a week or so with Matthew and Daniel and other people I don't know. I just heard bits and pieces. So I'm watching Nora's stream on the way here from, I think, yesterday. And immediately somebody's in the chat saying that Denver Jay, left town and was saying crap about DOA. I don't believe that for a minute. This may be one of the things they're talking about, fake names, people taking fake names and going into chats and talking crap. And that's my #1 rule. You don't come in here and talk crap about other creators, you're gone. That's my one and only rule, and don't be nasty. Maybe an update on Android, maybe. Well, I'm gonna try I'm in Austin, Texas. I may have forgot to put that on when I set up the live, and I didn't mean to do that. I usually do. Oh, Redeem Walker, thank you. That's nice. After all the trolls, I appreciate that a lot. First time I gotta hold some cans, they would know that you're an SP. JB, yeah, so for some reason, live streamers don't have the option if you're going through only YouTube to go horizontal. I'm always horizontal. So now that's putting you in shorts. I've seen that a lot lately in my own, my husband is addicted to shorts. You need to get off them shorts. He loses sleep over that crap. So, I think I covered the main points. So I'm going to talk to any of these new people that are here. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Denver J is in Phoenix today. There was a stream yesterday of Jay, Emily, Ellie, and Jen. When this is over, you should go see it. So was that a fake person in the chat? Thanks, Twyla. Yeah. Hi, Brooklyn. Hi. I don't know if that was the city or a person. I don't believe it either. Jay is the sweetest dude. I call bullshit. Yeah, I'm sure they've already probably fixed that. As soon as she said it, somebody in the chat said, hey, this happened. You know what? I don't care. I'm not going to believe somebody that just jumps in my chat unless it's somebody. Here's the thing, though. When you create a YouTube channel or a YouTube account or Google or however, so your handle you can't change for like 7 days and stuff, but your name, one or the other, you can change. And it wouldn't be hard at all to make it look like somebody you know. They could do Susan _ and your parentheses P, and I might not notice at first. So I'm going to get to know channel handles. When I talk loud, it just gives me a headache. I've had plenty of caffeine today. He did a panel. Yeah. It was bullshit, right? Just straight YouTubes, and he can do horizontal, but he doesn't do Prism or StreamYard, so maybe it's in of those. I've been struggling to go live. I heard about that on Nora, that a bunch of live streamers went down. I fully think their new strategy, there's contraptions out there that can block live streams. They can block cell phone signal. Matter of fact, I was thinking about that on the way here. I'm going to find out what I can do, because it's got to be coming from the building, right, or a certain direction. If there's some sort of thing I can put around my phone that will block that, but not my signal. We're going to have to pivot again. That's another thing that they're trying to do. Thanks, Konstantinos. Oh, is Dusty here too? It's not all BS, but we need to move beyond the rift and focus on the cause. Exactly. I'm missing. If I miss somebody's comment, re-comment. Because I gotta, with all these trolls. So what's on my live stream, you see this message was deleted. So there's still the space that they're creating. I did a quick live earlier today and I had 3 jerks. I'm like, I didn't even think I'd get 3 people because it was going to be short. That was just to explain why I was late. Everything that could, so somebody in my live stream said, Bluetooth and wide body area networks make humans the new source of internet. We are in a matrix already. That's the way people are in Scientology. Oh, nice. I don't care. Trolls don't bother me, weirdos. It's engagement. Thank you. I just feel sorry for the people that's got to read it. Not going to bother me. You're looking at somebody that's got nothing to lose. I've had security clearances. I have been in the military. I have worked at a police station. My husband was in the military. So I've always had to worry about following the rules. Now, or I had a job, or I had little kids. I don't now. My grandkids moved away. I don't have a job. I don't have a security clearance. My husband's retired. And you've got 55 years of pent up anger about getting taken advantage of lots of times because I followed the rules. Well, I'm here to tell you, and the fact that I don't care. So, say whatever you want. I don't care. It's more content. Yeah, exactly. I've never had, how many people? I got 81 people on here. Thank you, Osa. I appreciate that. I haven't had 81 people except one other time. So, to get to what new people want to know, this is what I say when somebody new comes up to me, and I'm going to go quick. Later on, I'm going to try to clip videos of conversations, but first of all, go check out these channels. Take a screenshot. These are all people that have gotten out, escaped, who were put in as children. They have their own channels. I'm a never-in. I was bedridden for 5 years and had nothing to do, and saw growing up in Scientology, Aaron come on, and I was like, wow, I found out about Scientology. So I deep dived for the last year and a half. Luckily in November, they put a pain stimulator in my back, which helped with about 60% of the pain, or else I wouldn't be here right now. I think everything happens for a reason. It was better by the time February rolled around and they were opening this org across from the University of Texas on purpose, because it's warning me about my data. I hope it doesn't cut me off. If it does, I'll just go home. Hold on. I hate using this thing. Yeah, there's a lot of info. This place, a science fiction writer created it in the 50s. So there's a lot of history. He died in the 80s, and this other guy took over, David Miscavige, who's a worse jerk. He beats people. The first thing I say to people to get their interest is, ask me, you saw my sign. Scientology is a cult, ask me why. First thing I say, they don't let their members leave. Now, there's different levels of members. I'll go into that later. But there's been people escape in trunks of cars, get run off the road, and we're going to get drugged back, but a passerby called the police. There's a lot. The biggest thing that I came for was the children. They don't see children as children. Because they believe they're from another galaxy, they were brought here as a prison planet and left. And after their bodies died, these things they call thetans, what we would consider soul or spirit, was released. It was before humans supposedly were on the planet. When humans arrived on the planet, they started taking up bodies. When they die, or what they call drop the body, they move on to a baby body who's about to be born or just born. There's literally Facebook groups where you have an older person that's probably going to die soon contacting pregnant women, asking them if they can take their baby body. So they believe that they're adults in small bodies, so they don't have any problem with essaying, if you know what that means, children. And the church covers it up. They know about it. They cover it up. Do you know who Danny Masterson is? I know JB's new. Are you still here? Do you new people know who Danny Masterson is? From that 70s show? Did you hear about his, he's in prison for the next 30 years. He AR'd 3 women who were Scientologists. There's more victims. There were more victims that testified. There are more victims that the ex-Scientologists know about. No, I think, didn't Heaven's Gate, like, unalive themselves or something? This is different. This is a money-making scheme. They don't consider themselves a church. There's no deity. They believe in this tech, and the tech will solve everything, taking courses. Well, to go up the bridge, you're going to go through $50,000 to $100,000. More like $100,000. Those are public Scientologists, like Tom Cruise, John Travolta, Leah Remini, who left and wrote a book. And then so that's how they made all their money. They have $1 billion in offshore bank accounts. They're running everything on the interest, because they don't, Sea Org gets $50 a week if the org made money. They do get fed and housed, but I know in Chicago they have 8 people in studio apartments. Pup groomer here. Did I hit the right person? Hope I did. Well, Dusty, I hit the wrong button, but you're here. You're okay. I'm making people moderators that I know are supportive of here a lot, just because I don't care if people become members on my channel. I want to have people lit up. So, and it's helped me today. I didn't think I said, oh, I don't need moderators until today. Pup groomer. Yeah, totally Troll City. Yeah. Thanks, guys, because you're having to see some of that, and I don't. So, anyway, I'm going to go on for these new people that came in on shorts. Then there's the elder abuse. If you get too old to work for them, and we've seen them walking in and out of here in uniform, just stooped over, and you can tell they're not nourished right. They have never been given medical care, and when they get too old to work, they put them in a house or condo apartment with a bunch of other ones, take their Social Security, take out credit cards in their name without their permission or knowledge, and then when they die, those credit cards just disappear. Mike Brown, that's his channel of his name, you can go find him, got his mom out last year, and she was $160,000 in debt. And they never gave her medical care for her heart condition, so now it's really bad. Her life expectancy is probably short. That's why we're here. What you don't know, it's called SPTV. There's no leader. It's not a gang. It's just a collection of people that want to help. We want to help the people inside of this organization get out. There's 2 foundations now just to help them get out, get an apartment, get a car, get a job. Most of them don't even have a GED because they were taken out of school to work. Okay, that's why I'm here. So, to recruit new people, see this sign right here? And a lot of other places, they'll stand outside and give out free movie passes, and they try to get you in. You take that test, They tell you your life is crap, buy this book or start this course. It's all about making money, selling books. If you stick with my channel, on Sundays I read the first book that the leader wrote in the 50s, chapter by chapter. I just want to know why so many people locked onto it in the 70s and 80s and liked it. I'm just making you, people that are in here a lot, I'm just giving you moderation. I hope that worked. Just so you can be lit up. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to do anything. I might have to sit down. So anyway, because I really want to talk a lot today. Part of the reason I'm here is to stop people from going in, let people inside know why we're here. Freeloader debt is not enforceable in the real world. All right, we're sitting down. It's this heat. We're sitting down. So I'm moving the camera. I'm going to bring a chair eventually so I can sit close to the door. I'm moving. Oh. Sorry. Okay. I'm moving my contraption. Don't want that to fall. All right, moving the tripod again. So I can talk better. I'm losing my breath. You know, my asthma was never a problem until I decided to sit outside in the heat and talk a lot. We'll keep our eye on the door this way. I'm probably hitting. Ooh, what? No! What happened? No. It broke. Okay, I can't fix that right now. The blades fell off. It's okay. I got my little one. Hang on. I gotta get some cold water out. Sorry, y'all, I'm not being a very effective protester in this Texas heat. So, I was talking to JB up quite a bit because he's new. I've gotten new people today due to it, YouTube not letting me put it on horizontal. If anybody knows, should I go through StreamYard or something to get that right? This is getting ridiculous. Trolls be trolling. Like I said, I didn't think well, JB, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I was gone for a week just trying to get my inhalers because I didn't have them. I tried to get here earlier today. There's a rant on my channel. And it says Murphy's Law, anything that could go wrong did. Oh my God. So we made the last payment on our truck today. All this stuff happened and then the window broke. Of course, something breaks. So I was talking to like newish people. StreamYard, okay. I tried Streamlab and it wasn't working and I had to go on. I hadn't been here. Last time I was here, it was fine. Last time I was on camera Sunday, it was fine. So, I'm gonna move over so we can see the door. They mostly come from this direction because you have to walk 3 blocks to get to a street that way. That's another thing I'm looking at, because I get really good shade here this late in the day. But I want to stand on the corner so I can see their other door where they're sneaking people in. And I found a reflective umbrella that I'm going to get. I have so much stuff. It took me so long to get ready this morning. Okay, so JB, what don't you understand so far? So, now here's the thing. The story about how they got here, about Xenu, that's why you'll see Xenu a lot in the chat, was this galactic overlord guy that brought these people here as prisoners. I think they were political prisoners 75 million years ago. That's what the L. Ron Hubbard. Did you ever see Battlefield Earth or read the book by any chance, or do you know of it? Just curious. So the original leader of this was a science fiction writer, and he said, I'm not making any money on my books, so to make money I'm going to start a religion. Although we think he eventually believed his own BS. Oh, you saw my rant? That's when the trolls started. I know. I wasn't going to make you guys be mods. I just decided, you know, it was before I should have done it sooner, before I got memberships. Because I wanted to just highlight, you know, the OGs of my channel. Because I told y'all before, I made the membership levels. Susan became a member, 2nd level. But I don't want you guys to pay for my channel. I want to get the watch hours. I want YouTube to pay for it. So, if you go in here, most of the people in Scientology don't know that story. Because you have to pay to go up the confidential levels. So mostly, they have OT 1 through 8. And you don't get this story till OT 3. Thank you, Sandy. Oh, you're in Texas too, Banana? I'm in Austin. Where are you? Oh, I put on I found my other glasses so you don't have to look up my nose trying to get to my bifocals. It's a little bit better because my other ones were so big, you had to look up my nose. Oh, I appreciate it, Sandy. I really do. Body routers. So JB, I'm listening to JB quite a bit because he's new. Thanks, Zach. Good message. Yeah. If I miss an important comment, I only gave you guys standard. I don't know how you start comments. I don't even know how to do that yet. Thanks, General. I appreciate the time you gave. I need the watch hours. Thanks. I'll take what I can get. So, for the new people, I'm talking about what I usually tell people who walk up. So it's the child abuse. So anyway, okay, confidential levels. There are people that have gotten out, like Leah Remini. She was the wife on King of Queens. She was one of the biggest celebrities to get out, write a book, do a TV show against Scientology. And she went through a lot of what they call fair gaming. So OSA, Office of Special Affairs, they're the ones behind a lot of the trolls. They're behind the LAPD arresting our protesters in LA all the time because they've been paying them off for 50 years. LRH started this in the 50s, and I fully believe the tactics that he uses for the mind control, the propaganda, the using the private investigators, it reminds me of, I'm young enough that I learned about World War II a lot. Reminds me of the SS in Germany. Reminds me of that leader in Germany and his propaganda and how he got half a country, because I don't believe everybody in that country felt that way, to believe his BS. Because it was total BS. He told everybody they needed to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed, yet he had brown eyes and brown hair. Not that every church hasn't, but in modern society, you think, well, BJ, this isn't a church. They don't have a deity. They don't have a moral code. They believe lying to people, setting PIs on them. They have drugged people's dogs who were speaking out against them. So last year, there were channels of ex-members. But last year, it blew the F up. Because Aaron Smith-Levin, his channel is Growing Up in Scientology, was telling everyone, ex-Scientologists, to start a channel. He wanted to inundate YouTube with channels so that when people looked for Scientology, they got us, not them. I never thought in a million years. I'm a 55-year-old grandma. I was an army wife for 21 years. I never thought in a million years I would have a YouTube stream channel. Never. I thought I was going to... So we found out they were opening this across from the University of Texas campus. He bought this building 55 years ago on purpose. It took him 55 years to remodel it and get people to staff it, which they didn't have enough staff because they don't have enough members. What's going on with BJ? What part do you want to stop? That's what we're here for. That's what SQTV is. We're trying. They are a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They're a money-making scheme. They're not a religion. They control their people inside. They don't... Sea Org is not allowed to have a cell phone or internet. I don't even think they watch TV because they work 110 hours a week. They get paid $50 a week, $47 after taxes. If the org makes... Now, they do house them and feed them, but if they don't make money, they're eating beans and rice. We know this from ex-members who've spent their whole lives in because their parents put them in as children. Yeah. They took over Clearwater. They bought 92 buildings in Clearwater, Florida, just because they don't want regular people around them. Oh, Liz Ferris. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to do a shorter video. I really went in on how our tactics need to change because Scientology's tactics have changed. And I went over that at the beginning. I'm having trouble with my asthma, so I'm not going to go into that as much now. So now that we have to go vertical and YouTube won't let me go horizontal, I got a lot of new people today on shorts, so I'm getting them informed, which is great. The more the better. We've got to get this out of the bubble. So there's I think I heard there's over 200 live streamers now, a lot of which are what we call never-ins. We were never in Scientology, but we saw what they're doing to people. Liz Ferris is a second gen. She got out. She was in it as a child, I believe. Right, Liz? They told her, so she got out, and if you get out of the church, you have to disconnect from your family. That's the other thing. They destroy families. If you're married and your spouse doesn't leave with you, they have to divorce you. So they have what they call disconnection. If you speak out against the church and you were a member, or you do anything they don't like, they do what they call a declare. They declare you a suppressive person. You get a paper that says why they declared you, and you have to disconnect from most likely all of your families in the church. A lot of times if you're public, that's what we call people that pay to go and do courses and stuff. They don't do church services, they do courses. And it's all, it's not a big class. It's one person going in, doing their course alone. No, BJ, they don't pretend to care. They don't at all. They get them in there, and they use coercion. They use human trafficking. If they get somebody foreign to come, like there's somebody here in Russia, they like to get people that don't speak very good English. They get them over here and they take their passports. And they're not allowed. There's people in there that aren't allowed to come outside the Sea Org. Maybe they let them go get coffee, I don't know. But that's it. And they're here 110 hours a week. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of new people today because YouTube wouldn't let me go horizontal, so I'm in people's shorts, and I think it's awesome. I will talk all day if I can get new people. Brainwashing, straight brainwashing, and labor. I'm sure they have enough people in power or public facing like it's all cool. Oh yeah, exactly. Because before now they worked in secret, and they did what they call safe pointing. They have hired the LAPD to do their events, security, and pay them triple wages so that their loyalty is to them. And somebody got their pay stub records, and they were making, one person that they showed, a lot of them look like this, $65,000 for their regular pay, another $65,000 for overtime. Well, like here, they were employing law enforcement as security, but they had to go through a security company. The cops worked for a company. They weren't paid through the department. They were from different departments. They paid the company. But in LA, they pay the LAPD, and they pay for their overtime. And I know darn well that there's a big kickback on top of that when they're paying for that. Matter of fact, a few years ago, their LAPD chief was a Scientologist, and there was a kiosk to recruit in the police department lobby. Well, he's in prison now. I can't remember why. Thanks, Queen. Yeah, BJ. So, BJ, have you ever heard any of this before? Or JB? This is all new to you? I think that's awesome, if it is. That's how I came into this. A channel ended up on my feed, and I did a deep dive on growing up in Scientology. I couldn't watch his last, at that time he had 5 years of videos. I couldn't watch them all, so I went back a year and I binge watched because I was bedridden last year, several years. Then I started watching him live. I started watching the people I was watching this start. They just had learned how to do multiple streams together. And then somebody said, this is SPTV in the chat. Boom. Now we have a name. Then the channels, Aaron Smith Levin, we call him AA Ron. You'll see why if you ever go to his channel. His intro is funny. AA Ron is my guru. There's no leader, but he was the one that really pushed people, especially ex-members, to start a YouTube channel, even if they put one video up of their story, because everybody has a different story about being in, about getting out, and we wanted to inundate YouTube with as many anti-Scientology channels as possible, because Scientology has the money to advertise. Yeah, I live in a super small town and knew only the name. Well, that's awesome, JB. I am so glad you're here. Santa Cruz, oh, awesome, Queen. I will find somebody for you. There's a lot of them in the LA area, Pasadena, places like, there's people in San Francisco and Sacramento. If you want to join them, and if you don't mind driving to San Francisco, we got several there. But you know what? I'll bet those people would drive down and, well, I think the closest order to you would be San Francisco. Thanks, PETA. Yep, I'm in Austin. They just opened this place in February. So I showed up the week before, thought I was just going to hold a sign, and that was it. I never in a million years thought I was going to go live. I never thought in a million years I'd be coming down here at least 3 times a week for almost 5 months now. Because at first my channel was Scientology Won't Win. Then I had to change it to Scientology Won't Win in Texas. Because I heard they were opening up across from, let me show you. This is the University of Texas campus main entrance. All this side of the street, all the way up and down is, and he wanted to get the young people. And so he bought this building 55 years ago, but it took them forever to remodel. So what it was is they weren't going to use church funds. This is the new leader who's doing everything. If you change the leaders, the original leader, the one that he wrote proliferate, there were so many books and stuff he wrote. He even told them how to clean glass. I mean, they couldn't do anything unless it was the way LRH said. This new guy that took over started this new thing back in the early 2000s to buy 50,000 square feet buildings and remodel. Well, they luckily already had this one, but they've done it in major cities. And they had to raise the funds through the public Scientologists. They couldn't use church funds. Can't touch church funds because David Miscavige has to have his Bentley and his handmade Italian shoes and his sushi that he used to drive in an hour one way when he lived in Hemet, California. Yeah. Okay. That's too bad. That's okay. That's okay. You being here, we need watch hours. Because I don't have any ad revenue right now. This is all on my husband's dollar. He's retired military. He makes like this much, too much for me to get disability, which is fine. We're fine. Financially, we're fine. But I never had in the cards. I live 75 miles away. And of course, we live in Texas, so I have a truck with a V8 engine. So gas and parking is my expenses. I finally bought a cooler. I got cold water in here, some ice, and a sandwich, so I don't have to stop and get fast food again. So anything in Missouri, Kansas City. There's a big one in Kansas City. Go to Relatable Reese. She is from the Kansas City org. I think she spent most of her life there. She talks about how the guy in charge there when she was 16 beat her up with a fax machine. And when her dad drove 2 hours angrily to get there, he told him that it was LRH policy to hit her because she was out of line. And the dad left, said, "I'll never talk to you again," and he never did. So she might be somebody you like. She's really nice. She only got out a year ago, a little over a year ago. So yeah, you guys coming in and watching and giving me watch hours is all we can really ask. And I think that's awesome. I'm over 3,000 hours. I need 4,000 for YouTube for ad revenue. I made the membership levels, and you can see I did them cheap. I don't want members. I just want watch hours. I want YouTube to pay for my gas and my parking. Although Sunday did help me out a couple of times, really, really helpful. And I was able to come out when I wasn't going to make it. Wait, so what are we protesting? Scientology. Scientology's abuse of children. Scientology's abuse of the elderly. Scientology's abuse of their members and not letting their Sea Org members or their staff ever leave. They make them sign a billion-year contract. Some of these people signed that contract when they were 14, 15, 16. And they're still in. That's the mind control. That's the brainwashing. Laura FM, that's a channel name. There was a ranch in California. Their biggest bases is like California, Florida, and I think in England. And so anyway, because their parents were in the Sea Org, they only saw them an hour once a week, if they were lucky. They were just given over as little kids to this thing called the ranch. They were letting them run wild off of Hollywood Boulevard with no supervision, but then they were getting in too much trouble. So they started this thing called the ranch, where they pretty much just taught them to read and write and made them do slave labor all day until they were old enough to work a staff position. Oh, we're trying, some guy. Oh God, we're so trying. We've got Fat Grammy, Mona in LA. She's actually paralyzed. She's our keyboard warrior. She's making PowerPoints. She's contacting the DOJ. Thank you so much. That person didn't look like they could give this to me. That was so sweet. Myrna. Yeah, that was nice. That person didn't look like they could handle to give away $20. If I see them go by again, I'm gonna. Yeah, that was awesome. Nope. I am Anglo-Saxon. I just did my DNA test. That's awesome. I didn't do it for this reason, but having this wonderful feedback has been an ego boost. It really has. I mean, there are days it's hard to get out of the house. Once I'm out, I'm fine. You know, it's that getting out the door, getting up, getting ready, getting out the door, especially after, you know. And if I pre-schedule it, and that's part of the reason why I do, because I'm not going to cancel. I jumped out of an airplane when I was 30 on my 30th birthday. And when I do something, or when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So even though they said I was hesitant to get out the door, and I'll tell you what it was first. They weren't sure if I would do it. That I said, there is no way, A, I'm paying all this money. B, I'm going to go up in that plane and come back in that plane. That's the promise I made myself. So when I commit, I commit. Oh, it's a fan. It was hot. I had a stand-up. I just got him. This is only a sweet fan. Yeah, I had to find out the hard way what I needed. It got so hot here so fast. Usually it's not this hot in April, May. This year was, and the humidity. We had all these thunderstorms, and the humidity was killing my asthma. So anyway, I have a big fan too, but it came apart. They're from Temu. The big one was 20, this was 5, and you can put water in it, which I don't need right now. It's really helping. It's really keeping my face cool, and I'm really good. So anyway. Oh. So on my 30th birthday, I did what they call accelerated free fall. I didn't do tandem. I had to do 5 hours of classes, and then when I jumped out, I had 2 instructors on either side of me, all the way until I pulled my chute. But I did everything. I had to know how to look at my watch and move my other arm so I didn't flip, how to keep my legs the right way, when to pull. And then when I pulled the chute, I had somebody in a radio who was telling me which way to go, and jerk face made me spin, and I didn't take Dramamine that day, which was stupid. And when I landed, my instructor landed like right near me, and I just flopped on the ground. I did the flare, I could have stood, but I was just so happy to be down, I flopped. And I just go, oh my God, that was a trip. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Actually, I made it all the way home before I got sick. And they did tell us that the adrenaline can make you really weak. I could barely open the door, went home, took a 3-hour nap. And so that was 25 years ago. Sorry, I keep hitting the tripod. Hi, Evelyn. Hey, Steve. Oh, Gear Jammer. We were actually stationed in Monterey. Oh, way back, early 90s. But when we left, that base was closed when we left. It's not there anymore. No, I think people are used to streamers now. BJ, oh gosh, I was so worried about that too. I really was. The Netherlands! I did my DNA test. I got a little bit of up there. Oh, I know, it's okay. Fort Ord, yeah! Fort Ord. Hi, Lori. I'm making you a moderator just because you've been here. You're an OG since the beginning, and I just wanted to highlight you. You don't have to do anything. That's not why I did it. Although I've needed them today. The trolls be trolling, like they said. Thanks, BJ. Come back. I'm out here about 3 times a week. I'm gonna start editing some really good conversations I've had with people out here, so that you don't have to watch a whole live to find it. So stick around. Subscribe. I would appreciate it. Oh, I know. And you can put water in this one. And it was $5 on Temu. Get rid of AliExpress. If you have that app or whatever, get rid of it. They charge shipping on everything. Temu, I usually get free shipping every time. And when they tell you it'll be delivered by a certain date, if it isn't, they will refund you money. And they've done it twice without me even asking. I just got a message, oh, we just refunded you, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't take no month or two like Ali used to. I got these fans in less than 2 weeks. And I got the big one for $20. If you go to my unboxing, I know why this was on sale, because it's the HDMI hookup, and it just fell apart. So I've never bought electronics really on Temu, but everything I've bought's been in pretty good shape. So this one still works really well, and they're both rechargeable. This one lasted the whole last time, 2 hours on high. This one started dying right at the end. So this will be great for camping too. It gets kind of tall. I have a wagon because I live so far away. I have to bring everything with me. I just got a cooler so I could have cold water because my water was getting warm. I even bring a jacket with me because so many of our people have been arrested and they're put in jail overnight and it's freezing in the jail. I bring my 3 days of my meds. I'm ready if they want to arrest me. But Austin PD's been pretty good. What's HMU? Don't know what that means. Oh, thanks, Lori. Yes. Normally I have Scientology in the title, but today I had some things I needed to talk about. We've got a lot of infiltrating in our movement. A lot of people causing strife. Scientology's arresting they're having the LAPD and other people. They're having other people. They're paying other people to try to get restraining orders and stuff on them. When on film, you can prove they did nothing wrong. But they don't care. We figured out just yesterday that their tactic is get as many arrests on these people, because LA is a really big movement. Right now they're doing an Occupy. They've got tents, they've got barbecue, they're feeding the homeless, and they put restraining orders on 2 of the biggest members to keep them away, because a temporary restraining order, you don't have to have proof. So, and if they can get as many arrests as possible on record, they can say, see, they're a problem. And so that's, if you want, go back and watch the beginning, I talk about that more. They put out religious service times, and DOA and Jay had bullhorns. So they got them on interfering with the religious service. There's this guy with a dog that chased DOA. That's his channel name. He's got it on camera, but this jerk-off got a restraining order against him because he says he attacked. Every time after they go to jail or when they go to court, 99% of the time the charges get dropped. The DA is like, this is bullcrap, because they've got 3 or 4 different angles from 3 or 4 different live streamers showing that they did nothing wrong. Well, he had it filmed himself. So when they go to court, it's going to get dropped, but they've got the arrest on record. And it takes 6 months before you can get it expunged. So that's all they care about. And the punishment. The LAPD works with them. They've been in their pocket for 50 years. They pay them off. We figured out this. So the Chicago PD is also in their pocket. Austin PD's been pretty cool. So we like them. We've been all right with them. Oh, yes, PETA. Yes. Okay. I didn't know that one. I'm old. I hated texting. I didn't start texting until just a few years ago. I was behind. I was one of those old people. Just call me. Why are we texting? And then I like it now. No, yeah. Hey, Laren, happy birthday. Yeah, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Oh, we got 2 birthdays. Same day. All right. Okay, I got it, PETA. I will. 2023. Yeah, my daughter. Oh my gosh, this was way back. She's 31 now. Man, she can text. This was before, a long time ago. 20 years, at least. She'd have been, not quite that long. Okay. I'm going to be putting a phone number on my channel. It's a Google Voice phone number. Me, I'm 55. I'm a grandma. I know. But I looked at, back then, it was when you first could get, I think, unlimited text. And she had like 12,000 texts on our bill. I was like, so what get me is, you know, I'm from the 80s. If we wanted to get together, we all called each other, we met up, whatever. So she was trying to they would never meet up. They would just text each other all day. So she starts texting, hey, I told them, you guys need to get together. Come over here, whatever, I don't care. They texted for 2 hours trying to get people lined up and respond. And by the time the 2 hours were up, and nobody wanted to do it by then. I'm like, that could have been a 5-minute phone call. Oh, thanks. I'm sorry you guys have to read those before me. Like I said. Oh, purple. Hi, Danica. The problem is, I see there's still a spot where their text was, so I'm having to figure out where you guys are. And I don't like this vertical mode at all. But there seems to be a plus side to it. I've got new people on here because of it. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Hi. How you doing?
I'm okay, but I'm not a cultist. I'm a Scientologist. Too bad for you.
SPTVfoundation.org. They will help you in a retirement. You should be retired. That's the guy that got in our face. a few months ago. I'm not going to engage with him. He's just angry. Oh, and that's another tactic for the new people. They try to get old people to come at us because they put Danny in jail for what, 3-4 nights, because the LAPD put robbery and hate crime against the elderly when the video showed that the old guy on the scooter, because he said he tried to steal a scooter, was actually trying to run him down. But they didn't. You would think the DA would get tired of all these stupid cases that have evidence to show that it didn't really happen, but the LAPD won't look at your camera because you're anti-Scientology and they have to follow Scientology's marching orders. That's the good thing about being here, is I don't really have to worry about that. I don't know if I could handle a parade. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. I did not make you guys mods to have to deal with that, but I had no idea when I did it that it was going to be a big deal. Yeesh. But I think some of it is OSA, and there's probably one or two that are going through there that are just jerks all the time. They're just hateful people. They probably see it come up. No, I'm called what we call a never in. And to be honest, most of the protesters are never in. We've watched the ex-member channels and heard about the abuses they've been through and what's going on inside here. Because I'm a Christian. That's not why I'm here. I've had people ask me, are you here because you're a Christian? I'm like, no, I'm here because of the rampant child abuse. I don't care what other churches do. I don't care. But when it gets abusive to the elderly, abusive to children, and they're covering it up, then I have something to say. And that's what brings me out here. Yeah. Nope. It just popped up on my feed about 1.5 years ago, and I deep dived this last year. So I have really bad short-term memory. So, like, if you guys have said, hey, check your email or something, and I forget, that's why. The long-term memory, stuff that gets in there and stays, I will never forget that stuff. Yeah, Jessica, that's what we keep saying. We're hoping maybe they'll hear something. You know, there's people in OSA that have gotten out. Tori Magoo is at 44. She has a channel. She got out in the 90s, I believe, and then started protesting. And she was OSA. So it's not out of the world of comprehension that might happen. OSA is the Office of Special Affairs in Scientology, and their job is to harass people talking against them or ex-members, hire private investigators. They go through their trash. The Danny Masterson trial, they call it fair gaming. If you're not part of the cult, they can do anything they want to you, and it's okay. And they have money. They were paying PIs $30,000 a month, $20,000 a month to follow an ex-member who was high in the church for 20 years. He got on a plane and went to Germany or Hungary or someplace. They followed him. They got an apartment across from him at his apartment complex. They had listening devices. All because we've had people, ex-PIs or that used to do that, come and tell people about it. I mean, you think when you hear about this stuff that it's so outrageous that it's fake, but it's not. And, you know, I'm not a gullible person. I think you can tell that. I'm pretty opinionated. I found out live streaming was perfect for me because A, I've been homebound or bedridden since 2010. I don't have any friends because Army wives be crazy, and I just didn't want them. So I've had nobody to talk to, and my husband works nights, so he's asleep during the day. So I'm like, I hold this stuff in for days. I'm like, I'm ready to talk. So I found out I'm made for this. So it's awesome. I don't care if there's one person on here, I will talk. I don't care if there's 0, I will talk. Somebody might watch it on the replay, you never know. I'm coming. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the tripod, I'm so sorry. Let me move it. I'm moving the camera, guys, look away. Let me move it so I'm not hitting it. Every time I move my legs, I'm hitting it. All right, let's do that. All right. So normally I stand up and I yell at the door, but I had a lot of things to say today, and there's a lot of people that want to talk, so that's awesome. But if you notice, so normally there's a sign back here. See the personality test? Those doors are open and the blinds are open. As soon as we show up, and I'm never rude, I've never said mean things to them. The only thing I say loud is the human trafficking checklist, that they all match up. Or they also try to keep them in saying, so when you're in uniform in here, with your Sea Org or your staff, you take courses for free. But if you leave, they would call it freeloader debt. You have to pay off all those classes you took. And that's a way that they scare them not to leave. Then there's disconnection if you leave. Your whole family might be Scientologists. So if you leave, they have to disconnect from you. Tom, I can't answer the phone. Why is he calling? All right. I'm going to answer this. I hope. No, I'm not. What are you doing? If I answer the phone, it might kick me off. Can you type? PETA. What pisses me off is other cult leaders have been called out, crimes revealed, and got prison time. Warren Jeffs, while it will be DM and other guilty of Alcios crimes, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. And yes, JB, if you saw somebody in uniform, they're either Sea Org or Steps. Oh, keep kicking it, I'm sorry. And if they're old, they've probably been in it their whole life, and a lot of them are stooped. And all you see in here now is either very old, because maybe they joined themselves in the 50s, 60s, 70s, when, you know, they didn't have protestors or the internet. And there was this book called Dianetics. I'm reading it on Sundays. Oh my God, it's such gibberish. But I can see how people who have mental illness or are alone might be drawn to that book back in those days, because mental health wasn't taken care of like it is now. So they've been in their whole lives. Then you get the younger ones. If they're really young, they're probably somebody's kid that got stuck in there. They're probably Sea Org. They make $50 a week if they get paid, because if the org doesn't make money, which they won't with me standing here, they got to sell books and courses, then they're going to be eating beans and rice this week because they didn't make enough money. I feel bad about that, but every minute I'm here is somebody that won't walk in. Now, what I normally do is I yell. Those doors are broken, so they're open. They can hear me. I'm usually yelling stuff to them. Last time I was here, I went over the child trafficking notes, and they hit every level. Let me read them to you. Oh, there's my notes for today. I stuck them in the bag. Okay, these were my notes for today. So then I had, I'm going to read them to you. They're in the back. So, human trafficking. I have 3 pages. Alright? But I'm just going to go to the checklist. And I was saying this really loud to them because I want them, some of them may not be aware. That's the thing. They don't talk to each other. There's no inter-org communication really. They're not allowed on the internet. All they have is somebody like me maybe telling them what's going on in the world. They may not even know about the child abuse. Because they're not allowed to talk bad about anything inside. If they were to say something negative to another member, that member will write them up for being negative. So it's a snitching culture. It reminds me of Germany, World War II, with the SS. If you didn't follow the rules, you got wrote up. You got questioned. You disappeared. Let's see. Why is it that old dude? Oh, you already said that one. That's true. The tax exempt status. Okay, PETA. Definitely check it out. That's the problem. And the way they had tax exempt status, then they lost it. L. Ron Hubbard lost it. Then the new leader, David Miscavige, got it back. You know how he got it back? He had his members harassed. I found out on a live stream, they thought it was just a couple hundred. There were 2,020 lawsuits against the IRS and their agents, not to mention the fair gaming they probably did. I was getting to say, they fair gamed a DA in LA in Danny Masterson's trial. A couple of his people quit this trial. They tried to break into his house. They blocked his cell phone and internet use somehow. They followed him. He knew he was being followed. And they went through his trash trying to find dirt on him, I guess. Because that's what they do. We've got videos of PIs getting to the end of staying at the end of the street and paying the garbage collector for bags of trash. This is all documented stuff. It's not made up. It's all documented. Yep, it is fake. Yeah, beans and rice. I just wish they got more vegetables. So, okay, so this is what I was yelling at him last week, talking loudly. I'm a loud talker, so I know they can hear me if they're right there out front. So, the indicators of human trafficking: living with employer, or I added other employees. See, that's the Sea Org. They have to live in whatever they provide for birthing, which is usually 2 to 3 level bunk beds squished together. Poor living conditions. In Chicago, there was a maintenance guy that talked to a protester. I think it was Chicago. It was either Chicago or LA, and they said there was mold in their apartment. Multiple people in a cramped space. I just said that. Inability to speak to the individual alone. There's no way any of these people will stop and talk to us. And it's been video documented that if they do, someone from inside will come out, grab their arm, and lead them back in. Even the public, if they try to talk to us. Scripted or rehearsed answers, which they always do. They have their set answers. If you ask them to tell you about Scientology, they'll say absolutely nothing and say, read a book. You have to read a book. They're not even allowed to do that. Thank you, Linda. Corrine. If you're really trying to get out, contact sptvfoundation.org, and there are ex-members and non-members that would be willing to help you get out. So, then, signs of physical abuse, we know that. Submissive or fearful behavior, i.e. closing doors and blinds. Oh, I missed one. The employer holding identity documents like a passport so you can't leave. They tick every box. Let me see. Where'd my other list go? Where'd my other list go? Did I drop? Oh. Duh. It's in the notebook. Let me make sure I covered everything today. So, the reason it says we're at war is because Scientology has changed its tactics. And it's gone offensive even more than usual. Let's see. Oh, something that Nora said. Oh yeah, it's so much better out here. They will help you They will help anyone getting out of Scientology get an apartment, a car, a job, because it's really hard to get a job when you have no resume or a high school diploma, which most of them don't. So they help them get their GED if needed. Usually they have a list of employers that will hire you. And so something that Nora said a month or two ago, she said that there's a storm coming. We can see it on the horizon and we know it's coming. Well, I think it's hitting us. I think it's starting to hit us now. That storm is coming. It's almost here. We have to be ready for it. We have to be ready for it. We have to change our tactics. We have to stop getting in any kind of arguments or we need to keep a distance between police or church members so that there can be no doubt that we didn't touch them. They will use anything. Nancy Drew in Chicago, they literally arrested her because her boob touched him. They dropped the charges because the guy didn't show up, and now they're refiling the charges because we're all like, because they want to hem you up, make you spend money on a lawyer, because nobody wants a court-appointed attorney. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for the phone number. Oh, they're not allowed to question anything. They'll get written up. Even spouses write reports on their spouse in Scientology. What is it? The snitch culture. What does that remind you of? If you know anything about Adolf in Germany, his SS and regular people, they were like, well, if you don't snitch, you'll get in trouble too. So they snitched on their neighbors. So I wanted to get to this. We need our keyboard warriors. We need, I will link it when I get home later, because I don't know if I can do it in the car. There's a form, and there's people, Pup Groomer and some other people on here that know that. If you know the form number on the IRS website, could you put it in? Okay, I just went off. That's happened before. Are you guys still there? Let me know. It was timed out. Okay. Boy, y'all are jumping on it. Corinne got timed out by 3 people. Okay, I'm still here. A couple times when it has disconnected and reconnected, I thought I was live and I wasn't. The guy that got aggressive with me got arrested, and I thought I filmed the whole thing. So yeah, we need to fit. The problem is, okay, the IRS tax exempt status that protects them. So they sued. They had over 2,000 lawsuits that church members, they pretty much bullied the IRS into giving them tax exempt status forever, the way they worded it. The only way to bring them down is to get them on criminal conduct and danger to the public. And I think, does she have a channel named Fat Grammy? Her name's Mona. She's working on that, because you can't go through the IRS. They don't want nothing to do with us. Although I want everybody to fill out that form. If we can get thousands of people to send that form in or email the IRS and inundate them, maybe we can do the same thing that they did once. Maybe we can bully them into taking another look. The FBI, I don't think is going to do anything. Although I wish they would have called the FBI when they saw the help sign in the window, because if they would have said there was foreigners in there getting their passports taken, they might get involved. Homeland Security needs to be called. And Mona's going through the DOJ trying to get things done. She's been to the LA County IG appointment or meeting. A lot of the protesters are going to City Hall meetings. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to find out when Austin City Hall meeting is. I'm going to try to get as many people as possible to go. I am blocks from our Capitol building for Texas. And I need to download those. I haven't gotten my printer fixed yet. I need to download those flyers and stuff. And I'm just going to go, I don't care who's my representative. I'm going to go in every office. Now, I have to find something out. Texas is only in session a few months a year. They're not in session all year, and they have day jobs. This isn't their full-time job, I think. I don't know exactly, but I just know they're only in session. I think they used to be in session every 2 years. I hope that has changed. Yeah, Mona is awesome. Oh, we're getting spamming trolls. Yeah, I hope Kareen listened. Because, so let's see if I got all of my talking points today. How have I been on here? Oh, 2 hours. Wow, you guys made it go by fast. A lot of people in chat. Oh, what really put me on this tangent was last night I watched The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I actually watched the original. It was a black and white movie. And the gist is, I don't want to give it out if you want to watch it, tune out until I wave my hand. These are going to be spoilers. Okay. Keanu takes a human form, but he's an alien. And they're here to save the Earth from humans. They're going to get rid of all the humans. But they convince him, they try to convince him that they can change. That it's a pivotal moment. They're put against the wall. They change or die. And that's what put me on the tangent of the Scientology, the LAPD have pivoted. They've changed their strategy. So we have to do the same. We have to meet like with like. No, that's wrong. I said that wrong. Okay, you can come back. So that's not what I mean. We have to be willing to change. We're at a pivotal moment. We can't continue the way we have. It's been fun. It's been lighthearted. It's been really great. I mean, LA's already changed. They're feeding people. They're doing an Occupy right now. They're changing their tactics. We're all going to have to change. The storm is coming. We have to be prepared. We have to help the new people understand the things you can and can't do so they can't arrest us. That's the biggest thing, is their pivot is trying to put as many arrests on record as possible. We know that the LAPD is trying to label them as a gang. Yet we have hours and hours and hours of video footage proving that no one in our group has ever been violent or ever had an arrestable offense. It's all been fake. Okay. If it's not Scientology, oh, sorry. I gotta stop kicking that. We don't need to talk about that here. I got too many other things to talk about and take my time. So please, if it's not Scientology related, unless you're having a nice chat, that's fine with me. But other big subjects like that, I'm not going to talk about. So what I wrote here was, life can change in a minute. Life as we know it can change in a minute. And it's changing. So, like I said, I'm going to do another video when I get home, maybe, of my talking points without chat, so that I can just get it out. And maybe new streamers or old streamers can watch it and maybe understand, because right now it's happening all over the place. They're talking about it on all these different channels. It's hard to be a follower of SPTV and get all of the information. Natalie does her best. Her show is wonderful. It should be SPTV Morning News. It needs to be called that. She tries to get the biggest, nuggets of information out there. So do other streamers. But there's a lot of little stuff that they didn't see until it got bad. They've had people infiltrate, cause problems with the LAPD, looking like they're part of the group and they're not. We've had people turn, or maybe they were a plant all along. Thanks, PETA. Zach, if we need a hug from Zenu. I know, right? So that went by really quickly. Maybe my video will be a little bit more than 5 minutes. I'm just going to talk about what I did for the most part about we need to pivot. We need to, as a group. Right now, the LA was just getting all this inundation of things happening, and they had people in chats saying somebody said this to this person. So I'm not going to believe anything in my chat, and that should be a rule. I don't care. If it's not something on video or something a person can talk to me on the phone about or email me about, I'm not going to trust the chat. Look at all the trolls. I'm not going to trust the chat to tell me somebody's talking about me at all. Because another thing is that we got to be aware of is people can hijack somebody's username. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to push it too much. We're at over 2 hours. My inhaler helped quite a bit. I appreciate all the new people. That was awesome. So, there's two sides, to the knife. It's annoying, but look at the new people we got. That was pretty awesome, I have to say. I'll be curious to see if any of them actually sub. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, mods. I never thought I needed them until today. It just kind of worked out. I'm like, I'm going to make my OGs mods just so I can see them in the chat, and ended up needing you. We are part of a worldwide group against Scientology right here. We show up because they try to get new people in by getting them off the street. We talk to people that are in, telling them there's 2 foundations that can help them get out because they won't let them leave. Like I said, I'm going to do a shorter video. And I'm going to start doing these short videos from home. Just talking about things, short ones. So for new people, what I might do is a short video of the history of Scientology and why it's a cult and not a church, and how they abuse their members. Because I don't care what religions do. I do not care until it gets abusive. There's a lot of ex-member channels out there that will give you their horrific stories, and then you will understand why I am sitting in 107-degree heat for 2 hours and driving 150 miles round trip to do it. Because it's for the people stuck in that cult and to keep people from going in. So I'm gonna go. Look out for my video later. I pretty much, if you were here, you really don't need it. And today is Thursday. I hope to be back before the end of the week, at least one more time.
Well, I got the fucking kids to clean up my car.
Thank you, EKW. I really appreciate it. I'm a grandma that never thought I would have a live stream channel, that I'd be an activist ever. That was never on the radar for me. But it worked out. I have the time. I'm disabled. I can't work, but I can come here and sit on a bench or stand for a couple hours. So it just works out that way. Thank you. Bye, y'all. This was great. So maybe I don't hate vertical, but we'll see. I can go the other way. Because I got a lot of trolls, got a lot of new people. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.